Hey everyone, I'm here with Mike Desormeaux. Mike does a lot with real estate investors, right? I was gonna say Ontario, but Golden Horseshoe, pretty much.
Correct, yeah.
Golden Horseshoe. And as interest rates have moved up, the real estate market has changed a lot. I think a lot of people are undecided on which way it's gonna go from here. But what hasn't changed is that we have a structural housing problem in Ontario. If you listen to CMHC, we're gonna need over 2 million homes by the end of the next 9 years to make housing affordable in Ontario again. In the last 10 years, we've created about 700,000 housing units. So any way you kind of slice this, we're gonna be short some homes unless we massively start building. But what I wanted to ask you about was rents. So could you talk, because recently you've seen some rents in different areas. Can you talk about rents maybe in the Maple example and then in St. Catharines, just to give us an idea of what you're seeing?
Really relevant and recent. It's within the last 2 weeks. So in Maple recently, we had a property that would have leased in a just average normal market for about $3,500. We listed it for $38,000, thinking that was quite aggressive because there was no urgency on this particular property. The owners lived in it still. They weren't gonna vacate their primary and then rent it out until September 1st. But we put it on the market within less than 24 hours, at least for $4,000 a year in advance, unsolicited. So the tenants offered this. There were two other offers, 3 in total, and another offer also had a year in advance that was being offered as well.
And this was a single family three bedroom home.
3-bedroom, single car garage, great area of Maple. The other one was St. Catharines.
Sorry, just on the Maple one, you were expecting to get, so $3,500 would be good. You ended up getting $4,000 with a year upfront paid.
Correct.
Within a day.
Correct.
So that's the state of that market right now. So yes, if you flip us to St. Catharines.
St. Catharines, it was listed for $2,800. The property leased for $3,200. This is a whole home. So we're seeing that $3,000 barrier broken. We haven't seen $3,000 rents on single family homes in these areas of the 905s ever.
And so in St. Catharines, what would that same house rent for maybe 5 or 6 years ago?
5 or 6 years ago, 22, 23.
22, 23, and now we're breaking over $3,000 in rent.
Yeah.
Okay, and then did you have an example of a kind of like a duplex or a legal second suite?
St. Catharines, yeah, as of I think it was last week, the top floor was leased for $2,500 plus hydro, and the lower is being advertised for $1,850 plus hydro. So that's going to come out to $4,350 on a single family that was converted to a 2-unit.
Yeah, so it's crazy what we're seeing in rents. And then you saw someone else you worked with in Hamilton recently blew us away because they had a legal second suite on a single family home, and they were renting out the top and the bottom as 2 legal separate suites, and they were getting over $5,000 a month in rent.
Yeah.
And now they just did it again, I heard, on a second property.
Yeah.
So these are properties that like 10 years ago, we would have rented out that whole home for like $1,600.
At best, yeah.
And now we're
10
getting-
years ago, yeah.
Yeah, 10 years ago, I know.
No,
I was going to say we're old. I'll
15,
just say I'm old. But now that same house, legally divided into a duplex, is generating over $5,000 a month in rent. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
So cool.
Awesome.
That's it. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate this.